posting on social media still the best way to make consistent sales in an online business? Well, if you think it is, that's okay that you think that. And I absolutely understand why you might think that, because I did too for a fair few years. Because it's what the gurus have been telling us and are still telling us. And it's the first thing that we hear when we start an online business and ask about how to market an online business. You need to be on social media. But if you've fallen into the trap, like so many others, of using social media as your core strategy for marketing your business, growing your audience, and making sales, then I'm willing to bet that you have been plateaued for at least 3 months in your sales and audience growth, which is exactly what happened to me and a ton of my clients. So if social media content was all that you needed to make consistent sales in your business, then we would all be multi-6 and 7-figure business owners. But we know that that's just not the case. I mean, let's now start looking at why that's not the case. What is the evidence out there? Well, first off, let's look at Apple, worth $3 trillion last count, who do not post on social media. Let's look at Cal Newport, global New York Times best-selling author who sold over 2 million copies of his book and had it translated into over 40 different languages at least, has no social media profile, presence, or accounts, and never has. Okay, and he has grown his business. So if posting on social media guaranteed, okay, was all it took and it guaranteed success, then everyone who was on social media and posted consistently would be financially successful. And we know now that that is just not the case. In fact, most of them are stuck and plateaued, and you likely are too, even though you are working your socks off, okay? But the problem is, it's not actually social media. It's the way we're now using social media, because it's an entirely different platform to what it was 10 years ago, okay? But here's the thing, okay? In marketing, we know that there is a direct correlation between the number of leads that we bring in, so the people coming in the top of our funnel, new audience people, and there's a direct correlation between those coming in and the sales that we make out, the money, the revenue, the clients that we get. So we have to make sure we're filling the top of our funnel enough. And this is where the problem's coming in with social media, because it does not push out content as it once did. So the question is then, if you don't want to use, or we're not going to rely on social media, because we know now it's not, all it's cracked up to be, how do you market your business and, more importantly, grow your audience consistently month on month and make consistent sales when you're not focused solely on social media? Well, the answer, my friends, is podcasting. And I call my way of working with podcasting the Profitable Podcast Sales Mastery Framework. Okay, so the Profitable Podcast Sales Mastery Framework. And the beauty of podcasting is, not only does it bring awareness to you and get eyes on you, it elevates your credibility, your authority, meaning that those leads that come from podcasts are much warmer than those that come from social media and paid ads. Okay, because with paid ads, there's no context around who you are and what you do. Whereas when you podcast, you get to really go much deeper with people. They get to have the context around your point of view, your philosophy, your approach, and the value that you're offering them at the end. Okay, so your leads are way more qualified. Okay. And the beauty about podcasts is you're not competing with an algorithm and struggling to get visible to new audiences. And the other beauty of podcasting is I like to call it like passive lead generation, because it will continue to work for you while you sleep, while you sunbathe on beaches. It will generate leads for you, as long as you do it correctly. So I explain all of these steps that are part of my Profitable Podcast Sales Mastery. I cannot speak clearly today. I offer all of these steps as part of my mentorship. But I want to just give you the 3 kind of key high-level Reader's Digest notes, so to speak. So the first thing is, we want to get you focusing on your messaging. The reason that people are successful with their marketing is that their message is clear. They are speaking to the problems they solve for clients, okay? And that ensures not only are we speaking to the right people, but it ensures that from the second we start speaking, when we speak to problems, that our ideal clients are able to self-identify, okay, and self-qualify and raise their hands, like mentally in their head, like, hey, wow, that's me. Like, hands up if that's you, that is me. And that is the most important first step within our marketing. It has to pass the relevance test. So is this relevant for me? Okay, yes or no. And that's where problem speaks that. Our messaging around problems is the key. The second step is to not look at your podcasting and audience growth strategies in isolation. Look at them as part of your bigger marketing ecosystem so that it converts. So that means having a plan. How many sales do you need on a monthly basis? Okay, how many sales calls do you need to have in order to create that number of sales? So what does that mean in terms of how many new people do you need to bring into your audience? Because that informs your strategy. That informs the actions you are going to be taking in order to grow your audience, where you need to be focusing your time and energy. Okay, so work the numbers back and create your strategy from there, and stop seeing them in isolation, because they all need to work together. The third thing is, when you're pitching, think of it as dating. So whether you're pitching to have people on your own podcast or you want to guest on other people's podcasts, I want you to think of it as dating, okay? Woo people, give them something that they are interested in, okay? So have them, like, make them feel good about themselves. Why would you go on a second date with someone? Because you feel good. They give you something that makes you, like, interested in wanting to find out more about them, but they actually light you up, and it gives you something, the thing that you're looking for. And that's what we need to do with our pitches. We need to give the people that we want to take on a date something that makes them excited to, something that makes them want to go on a second date with us. And I call this the reciprocity conversion formula. So if you need more sales in your business, don't worry. I've helped a lot of coaches and course creators just like you to fix this problem with my courses and my one-to-one program. So just drop me a message if you want help, and we can talk more about what that would look like.